Hello everyone and welcome to Exact Method channel. So today we are going to see about next project, and that is rock paper scissors. So to share the details about that, let me share my screen. So I hope my screen is visible. So this is our project 5, and as you can see the name is rock paper scissors. So introduction goes by like this. This is going to be a console-based game where player competes against the computer by choosing these three options, which are rock, paper, and scissors. The winner is determined by the basic rules, which are basically the classic rules. And talking about the objective and the feature of this application and game, this is going to take input from the user, such as the choices. Then then generate then computer will generate a random choice, and based on the game rules, we are going to determine the winner, and we are going to store the scores of that game, or you can say the rounds, and there will be an option to replay the game. Now, the concept used in this conditions is quite simple. That is, we are going to use variables and data type, conditional statements, and of course the loop for multiple rounds, input output operations, and the random number generation generator. So these are all the, you can say, concepts that we are going to use for this project. Now switching on to the code part. So as you can see, we have imported the necessary libraries that we might need. Also, this CMath is also not required for this project. So moving on to the project part, we are going to just create a main function here, just for the sake of. Okay. Now the first thing that we have to do is you can say generating a random number choice, random choice. Now let's complete this function. So the random choice is going to be the string one. So we are going to make a string function, or a function that outputs a strings. So let just say random choice, or maybe computer choice, and there is no argument that this function is going to take, but rather it is going to return us something like this: return rand modulus 3. So for now, it is going to, or maybe I don't need this rand function. Directly, we don't have to return that. What we can do is we can just simply store this number into this, and do a switch statement, which number, and oh sorry, I forgot to put the data type of this number. Now case 0, then it is going to return us return what? If 0, let's say rock, case 1, then return paper, then case 2, and return scissors. So this is what it is going to return, and that concludes our function. Now to check it, let me just write a simple for loop here, which is going to just check whether this function is working fine or not. So let's run this loop for 20 times to see whether it is generating the random numbers or not. And here I am going to print cout, let's say computer computer choice. So yeah, so this computer choice, and it is going to do one thing. It is going to do like random choice. So let's try to run this. We got an non-word function. So it is working, but there is some, you can say, formatting issue, or maybe we can do something like this and rerun this for code. Okay, our code is working, but from the last time, it's not changing much. Oh, I forgot. I get to know the issue here. We forgot to put the S rand, or you can say S rand time 0. So this will ensure that every time this code runs, it is going to produce a random number. So this is basically a seed which controls the randomness. Now if I try to run it again, so this time and again this time, so scissors, paper, paper. Okay, now as you can see, in the first three lines, the situation has changed, and our you can say the output is random right now, and we must see about this return type control, which is end of return random choice. We have gotten warning. Maybe we need to see about that. And about the warning in this, let's see what the warning we are getting right now. So if I put break statement, it is not going to do anything else. So maybe we don't need that anything else. Yeah, I'll just keep that because it is running just now, and I have saved that code just to make sure things don't go west or south when we are doing some more. Maybe we should check whether this function is having such code. Where should be the issue? Okay, the issue maybe here is of the default shadow because we have not entered any default thing here. So maybe that's not required because this is going to generate always going to generate 0, 1, 2. So this is going to generate these numbers every time in the random order. So our computer choice has been generated. Now we have to work on something like user choice. So that can be done inside the loop only. So rather than this, we are just going to remove that. And now we are going to write a while loop, basically main game loop, which help user to rerun the code 10 times. So while true. So let me just resolve this bracket issue. Okay, while true, which or maybe if else situation is going to be much more helpful here. Or maybe we need to store the you can say the count of wins and losses. So for that we need to create two variables. So these are the two variables that will keep track of how many times a user have been win or have lose the game for that to update. Now we are going to, you can say, um, assign the values. We have assigned wins and losses 0 and 0 initially. So that can be done inside it, inside this loop too, but it will be beneficial for us here. Now we have to do one thing. We have to print the menu every time. So let's make a function for that too. String menu. So this is going to return us this string menu string, which goes by welcome to rock paper scissors game by accepted nucleon. So this is going to be our game. You can say we forgot to create a variable, or maybe let's just initialize it there. Yeah. So the first thing we have to controls press one row 0 paper 1 and scissors 2. So this is going to be our, we can say, the game logic that we are going to say to user that please and press these following buttons to actually on the operate in the game. So our menu is created actually. I don't know why it is still. Yeah. So we can just return this M here, and this will actually create our code. Now we have created string M. We have returned sorry, we forgot to put a semicolon here. Okay, let's make a function too, which is going to map this which is going to map this whole you can say user input to the actual these numbers, and also maybe we can just copy this statement here and number or choice to string map. So this is going to be our function that is going to map our code. Now we are going to create a function map that is going to take a number choice in choice. Now this choice is going to be like is let's put our switch statement here. Now number is going to be changed with the choice here. Now the choice have written us. Now we have written the choice. We have created this function successfully. Now we are going to return this map on number here. functionality is actually going to replicate here, and we can just expect everything works just fine. And now our menu has actually created fine. Now we can just use do while loop here. Now do while loop does what? It is going to execute this do statement first, and then it is just going to repeat this while statement again and again. Now we have to print something like cout menu and done. Now we have to just show the user that your current score is this. Now to do that, we can just cout. Now cout after doing this console out, we can just print the wins, or you can say we can just type something like this wins, and the wins here we are going to call the wins here. And next thing we are going to do is we are going to call the losses, and here we are going to do something like okay, let's do that later, and we are going to do something like losses here, and that prints that how many times a user has been you can say defeated and scored a score against the computer. So that's it. Now after printing this every time, we have to update this loop. Now let's write our while loop. Now while true, we are going to if, and also let's say if user want to exit midway, so we can just give that an option, or you can say leeway, which is going to let user press or maybe -1 to exit. Now after this, if or even say choice, enter your choice maybe. So we also have to write something like choice here, and, and then we are going to take the input from the user, uh, choice cout, enter your choice, and then we don't have to just put enter here. And after that, after taking the choice from the user, what we need is to just check the if else situation. Now if choice is the choice, or you can say choice is equal to if the choice and the computer, you can say the rand computer choice is equal, that means the user input and the computer choice is equal. Then what we can do is, or maybe we need to store this random choice in some variable every time. So to do that, we will say comp computer, you can say choice is equal to random choice, and then call this function here, put a semicolon, and we can just do something like this. Now what this will do is, this will actually going to retain the functionality. Now let's, sorry, if there is something like this, return, if there is something like this, we are going to avoid both user and the computer 1-1, or you can say the draw situation, or maybe rather than wins and loses, we can just type something like user wins, and here we can just type computer wins. And after like this situation, we are going to award something like wins plus plus and losses plus plus. So this is going to actually increase this user and uh, computer and user by one. And after that, it is going to return, or maybe not return. We can just print cout. This uh, this is draw. This matches draw. So this is this handle actually is the draw situation. And we can just put handle here. Now, so there's now next is else if now if the choice now if the choice is 0 and computer choice is if the you can say the user choice is 0 and which is wrong, and the computer choice is 1 which is paper, basically rock and paper. The user is going to lose this time, and this is going to result in something simple. So this situation leads to one thing, and that is it is going to increase the computer losses to one, and say one thing, and this is going to return us something like computer won. Yeah, simple messages. So these are the simple messages that our loop is going to tell. Now this is the one situation in which computer lose, or sorry, computer wins and user lose. There might be two more situations, such as if there is a if user says one, or rather than that, we can just use this whole thing, wrap this whole thing into a new function which see the result. Now this is going to do one thing, uh, return. So this should return us one thing, or maybe rather than string, what output it should be. Let's keep it void for now. Void check result. Now this is going to check result. Now it is going to take two choices, that is computer and user choice. So these are the two things that our function is going to take: computer choice as well as integer choice. Now it is going to check if computer choice equal to 0, and so if the computer choice is 0 and user choice is 1, then there is one thing that happens. Then who wins this time is actually we have to think of something like this. Return. What should we write? U. Computer choice is 0, that means raw, and user choice is paper, that means who wins? User, and that is going to be you can say defined by a string u. Now that can also be implemented. There are various situations where you can say our user and computer is going to clash into. So let's copy this whole situation. Sorry. So there is also another situation where user wins. Now user has selected a row first time. Next, if the user has selected paper, the user has selected paper. Now there is situation when computer selected one and user selected two. That means user has choose to say write scissors, and computer says I am going with the paper. So in that situation too, our user is going to win. And there is also rock beats scissors, and scissor beats paper, and paper beats rock. So these are the things that works. Now 0, 1 and 2 we have covered this. Now if computer choice is scissors and users choose rock, so there is also if, such situation where user is going to choose 2. So in this situation also, our you can say computer is going user is going to win. Let's put string here. Now else return. Now this is what this is going to do. It is going to check the results of you can say if check result of computer choice and the other thing that this function is going to take is user choice. So in this situation it is going to check. Now it is going to see also there is going to be another situation which is computer choice is equal to user, then return draw. So these are the three strings that it is going to have. If this returns D, then this match is draw. Else if check result And the same, you can say, we can just copy this whole thing. If the, you can say, user or you can say computer, then it is going to say computer will. Then other thing is, I'll say, and the other thing is user. So this is going to do one thing, and that is it is going to means plus plus. So this is going to just to do this and print this output where it says user won and end this situation. And after all this loop, also it is going to take if user input is actually so is equal to minus one, then just break this loop. And before breaking, say one thing. Thanks for playing. So this is what I think is going to work. And let's add a else block too, which is going to print something like, let's say user does not enter the correct choices. So see out. Please select the right option. So I believe this is going to work. I don't know where it is showing error. Maybe it's in the do while loop. Where this error is, I have saved the whole thing right now. And first thing I believe the error is actually here. Let us cut it and put the whole thing here because map must be defined first. And default return is missing in the map, which can be ignored for right now. And there is also missing something. Oh, here we actually missed semicolon. And is there any issue? Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah. This is actually initialization, which is used in Python format. So I believe this should do. Now, what else? The do while is actually saying not working. What should be the code actually? Okay, please select the right option. Okay, here is also missing semicolons here, which is the leading cause of save the thing, whole thing. Now let's see where the issue is. So, computer choice here, right? Okay, maybe there is nothing. Okay, we should not use this here. Why? Because we are imputing the numbers here, not actually the what they say uh, the things map here. So this should do the thing. Let's try to run this and see where our code crashed. So our code crashed at main function, and there is semicolon missing before this bracket, and I have to see where it is. So do while. Okay, everything is working. I don't know. Maybe we need some more debugging. And there is some issues, and I don't know where it is. Okay, here semicolons are all present. Default statement we have missed that, and random is having all the semicolons everywhere. Semicolons, and what is the thing? Hmm, also, there is also one thing that I noticed just now, and that is we have forgot to rewrite the data of computer choice here. Maybe not string. It is meant to be integer, and we need not to have this map situation here. So one more thing, choice we have actually initialized here with int. Okay, the next thing, and the other thing that we need to do, uh, let me just see where the issue is. Right now we have written all. So we are getting, I think it is okay. Let's remove this do while, and we can just use while loop. And if I put the end here, it is asking for my choice, but it is not going in the next line. Now let's quit it. Uh, as I have, you can say this break is not working. And why is that? Let me first say that. Where is the issue here? Mm, 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 mm. The break statement is not working. Why is that? And I need some more time debugging that. And there is no, and there is choice. Maybe we need to put this choice actually before. So if I cut that part and put that after this choice to see whether now if I run this again, asking for user input. Okay, now it's working. And now it's not an loop. Press 0 for paper and scissor. Let's say choose 0, computer 1, computer 1, and then if I choose 1, computer 1. Okay, our function is working just fine. Now, if I exit this loop, it is going to reset everything. So we have created this rock paper scissors form with, you can say, replay option, and that's all for this project. And if there are any, you can say, changes that I can make in this project, please suggest them in comments. So thank you.